To some of the reaction to the verdict of Jason Van Dyke. We want to take you right now back to the South Shore neighborhood, 71st. CBS 2's Jeremy Ross. Jeremy, what are you seeing there?
Good afternoon, guys. Protests here have been going on for about an hour. You can see people stretched on this street, but I want to take you over in this direction for a moment to speak with one of the organizers here. So we're on live at this point. I just wanted to ask you, when the verdict was read, when it came in, it seemed like you had to digest what was going on. What was the initial reaction?
I think digestion is a good one because we got a second-degree murder conviction and a conviction on all 16 counts of aggravated battery, which we weren't, it took a second, and I was listening to the instructions where it said that second-degree murder includes all the elements of a first-degree murder, but includes a mitigating factor. And I guess the only mitigating factor I can think of is 250 years of white supremacist terror against black people that bred and brewed Jason Van Dyke.
How would you describe the immediate reaction? Was it a lot of pause, and now people are thrilled at what happened in terms of what you're out here for? How would you describe the overall reaction?
There was an initial, confusion, and then yes, there's some exuberance because look, they get away with murder after murder after murder, and finally, through the struggle of the people, we got a trial and a conviction.
We're going to come back to you guys later. We'll send it back to the studio at this time, and I appreciate your help, sir. Thank you so much. Guys, back to you.
That's right. Say it. White supremacist murder, killing us, getting away with it.
So Dorothy, take us through
all of that
what you saw, your vantage point
play.
as all of this came out today coming from the jury.
It was almost kind of eerie. Right
Even
before the
she's
verdict
shocked.
was read, there was silence, and then the judge came out, and the jury came out, and Jason Van Dyke had been in the back for a while. So as he is sitting there, it's clear that he has resigned himself to something. He is just staring ahead. He's looking at the jury. There's no indication of someone who has been crying or upset. He is just stoic, staying right ahead. As the counts were read, what I found interesting is that once they started counting, count number 1, number 2, number 3, at about 10, he took a swallow of water, as if it was just, again, a normal day. So I turned around and I looked at his wife, and, as I've been tweeting out, she was very red-eyed, her eyes were blurry, but at this point, she too was just staring straight ahead. The father who was sitting next to her, he had a frown on his face. The Laquan McDonald family, they were all holding hands. You could see the row in every... Okay, so now the verdict comes down, and they then announce whether there is going to be bail or not. The defense says there should be bail because this is his first offense. The prosecution, as you saw, said no bail. He should be taken into custody now because this is serious. And at that point, when the judge said no bail, Van Dyke stood up. And Herbert Daniel, his attorney, patted him on the shoulder. He seemed to turn to him and kind of say thank you. He looked at his wife. His wife stood up. And what was really interesting, Van Dyke then, he put both of his arms behind him as if he were waiting for somebody to handcuff him. But that didn't happen. He just marched out. His wife at that point just looked directly at him the entire time as he was leaving. The Laquan McDonald's family, they were standing, they were just watching, but they didn't, there was no outbursts, there was nothing. I suspect they already knew, or they suspected what was going to happen anyway, but not a lot of outbursts and emotion, just a family that